Audio Jungle.
Ho, ho, ho! Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Welcome to another edition of Bill's Mafia Happy Hour. This isn't even Bill's Mafia Happy Hour. This is just Dan deciding that I need to practice my fantasy football 2023 strategy. All right. And I figured, you know what? I'm just not going to do it by myself like a lame. I'm going to go on here and I'm actually going to discuss with the homies what they think, what they're doing, because I know for a fact that a bunch of you, and probably I would say almost all of you, do fantasy football. In fact, in the chat right now, if you are planning on playing fantasy football in general, let me know. Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you plan on playing some fantasy football this year. I'm going to be giving you 3 strategies. I mean, really not even strategies. It's going to be where you are placed on the specific board by itself. So I'm going to be doing 3 little mock drafts from Sleeper, by the way. I'm not sure about you guys, but Sleeper is hands down my favorite app on earth to do fantasy football. Super user-friendly. It's absolutely sick. That's what me and my boys do all the time. So I highly, highly recommend it. And so there's an app. It's great. It's great. And like the whole fantasy aspect of it is free as well. So it's, in my opinion, one of the absolute best things to do. So we're going to be going through several different strategies, guys. And I want to hear all of your thoughts. Let me know. Me personally, I have been shafted in the past. I have absolutely been like fisted with the whole, hey, you know what? Running back. Like that heavy running back in the beginning strategy has screwed me in the past. So this year I've completely changed up my whole mentality because I'm coming for the gold this year. I'm coming for the gold. And I will tell you what, I am risking this because there's like a large chance that one of my buddies that I am in a league with might see what I'm doing. Maybe it's even you guys, because I am doing a fantasy football league for this channel. By the way, that information is going to be in my Discord. If you guys are interested in joining my 3 fantasy leagues in which that I am planning on doing, please check out the Discord by itself. The pinned message is going to give you instructions on how to sign up. The draft's going to be August 20th at like 7 p.m. And I'm going to stream the entire situation. So absolutely have to love it. But guys, here we go. This right here is the Sleeper app. This is where I do all of my fantasy football leagues from this channel, and then also from a personal standpoint as well. Me and my one buddies, it's called the Goon Squad League. It's been me and a bunch of college buddies for the longest time. We've been doing it for a while. And I'm super excited to get this going, especially since the AFC's roundtable is starting here in about a half hour. So might as well just get this going. Are we doing a mock draft together? No, this is just going to be me solo, but I'm down to do a mock draft with the audience sometime later this week. Like I said, this is a new show I'm trying out. I mean, honestly, I didn't even care if we didn't get a live viewers during this show because I need to practice anyway. I know that if this was Bills related, this was NFL related, we'd probably have the normal people that are in. But hey, you know what? It doesn't matter because I'm seeing all my friends in here and we're hanging out, baby. And I got to practice because there's a lot on the line right here. There's an absolute lot on the line for your boy. There you go. All right. Anyway, so like I said, I'm going to be doing 3 different drafts right now. I think I'm going to start off with me being in the 3rd spot. This is going to be a 12-man snake league draft, okay? And then the first draft I'm going to do is the 3rd team, and then I'm going to go smack dab in the middle, and then I'm also going to be doing the 11th pick. So I can sort of give you an idea of what I'm planning on doing depending on where I fall in the overall draft order. So we'll go out ahead, and then we will claim this, Dan Mitchell on Sleeper, and 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, we are starting this draft. That is not an ideal sound. Okay, so McCaffrey is going first overall, and then we have Justin Jefferson. So like I've told you before, I have been absolutely fisted when I go after running back for the time being. So let's look at a couple of different options that we have right here. We have Jamar Chase, who is also who's definitely a solid pick. I would put that up there. Pretty solid. You have Cooper Kupp. You have Tyreek Hill sitting at the 7th spot. You have Stephon Diggs as well. Obviously, great player. Somebody I would target down the road. But me being at this 3rd spot, I absolutely have to go for Travis Kelce right here. I have to. Honestly, don't get me wrong. Like, I have a lot of high hopes for Rashee Rice and then also Justin Ross as well on the Chiefs. But Travis Kelce is 1,000% going to be Patrick Mahomes' favorite target. He's familiar with him. And the guy's been a fantasy machine. So I am going with Travis Kelce to start off this. Look at this fucking sound off. Beautiful, beautiful. So with Travis Kelce starting off, I like that. Solid pass catcher. That's going to be my go-to tight end. As long as he can stay healthy, which he has in the past, we are going to see what we can do right here. All right. So it looks like that a lot of the national thought process is also copying the strategy right here where like you're going for pass catchers first. I've seen Chase is off the board. Kupp is off. That's risky because Kupp, I'm pretty sure, is pretty injury prone as of late. I'm pretty sure he got hurt today. Diggs is gone. Lamb is gone. Hill is gone. Devontae Adams. So I have Travis Kelce, and then let's see what else we have here. Wide receivers, I have a Jalen Waddle. I have Chris Olave. I have T. Higgins. I have Devontae Smith. DK Metcalf. Have Deebo Samuel, Keenan, but that's really far down the road. Right over here. Running back, let's check it out. Ramondre Stevenson, who I am absolutely high on this year. He is a very attractive pick. I am not going to lie to you. But I will tell you what, I'm typically against drafting a wide receiver this early. I am typically against drafting a quarterback this early. But the way that I look at it is that I already have a tight end in Travis Kelce, best in the game. Jalen Waddle, do I want to do that? Running back, best available is Ramondre Stevenson. He might even be available by the time this snake rolls around. So you know what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen? I'm picking Josh Allen. Fantasy absolute stud. We have Ramondre Stevenson's off the board. Mark Andrews is gone. So far, my team, Travis Kelce, Josh Allen. Now, let's look at a little bit more of what we can do and really put this all together. Waddle or Stevenson, they were trying to go with it, or pair Mahomes with Kelce. See, that's a little different for me, Joker Jones, just because that bye week's going to like fuck me over. So that's why I ended up going with Josh Allen at that second pick. And guys, typically I am wildly against going up against or picking a quarterback this early in the draft, but it was just my best possible move. So we have the quarterback, we have the tight end ready to go here. Let's see what wide receivers we have going. We have Jalen Waddle, who's going to be the second target. I don't really trust Tua a lot quite often. T. Higgins, who is going to be the wide receiver 2 for Joe Burrow. Let's go ahead and check out his stats from last year, 2022, right? So normally in PPR, he's like in the high teens, a pretty safe bet, I would say. But just for shits and giggles, let's see who else we have right here. We have Breece Hall, but do remember they're saying that he might come back week 1, but I don't want to waste it on a running back already, especially if we don't know he's going to be back week 1, right? And say that he comes back week 1, then that's a giant red flag for me. Flex position, we still have Breece. We have T. Higgins. I'll tell you what, I'm probably going to go with T. Higgins right here. Why? Because you look at this like stat pattern. He is wide receiver 2, right? And the guy is consistent as can be. And that is what I am looking for. So with that being said, T. Higgins, welcome to Dan Mitchell's Fantasy Football Squad. We had Head Start asking about Keenan Allen. No on Keenan. He gets hurt too much. Yeah, most definitely. Fantasy football, biggest things that I look for is that I look for any sort of recent injury history. And then I also look at their quarterback play and a variety of other things. Okay, so Fields is gone. He's going in the 3rd. That's interesting. We have Walker, which is gone. Mixon is gone. Gibbs is gone on the running back side of things. We have George Kittle is gone. So far, I am liking this team. I like Travis Kelce, I like Josh Allen, and I like T. Higgins. So now we need to take a look at what we can have. D-Hop is definitely very attractive right here. Very attractive. We have Aaron Jones. Now, this is going to be interesting for me because I don't know if Aaron Jones is going to fall to me at this point. I really like Aaron Jones. Why do I like Aaron Jones, you might ask? Because first off, look how consistent the guy is. Like definitely consistently putting up these numbers. And I also want you to remember that Aaron Rodgers is no longer on this team, right? He's not on this team whatsoever. So you are initiating a quarterback that has never started consistently for an organization ever. So you would think that Aaron Jones is going to be asked to do a lot, okay? But the running back situation, I'm still seeing a lot of potential steals late in the rounds right here. I really am. So with that being said, I think I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to grab D-Hop because D-Hop is going to be the unanimous wide receiver 1 for Tennessee. Say that it is Tannehill. I trust him enough to at least get him to a point where I think things might be able to work out. So with that being said, I am going to go on ahead and I am drafting DeAndre Hopkins on this squad. And then Damian Pierce and Aaron Jones are gone. I'm pissed, but is what it is. I thought that I made the right move. So far, I have Travis Kelce, I have Josh Allen, I have T. Higgins, DeAndre Hopkins, and then now I am in the 5th round of the snake draft. So right now, I seem to be sitting pretty with quarterback, tight end, 2 wide receivers. Let's see if there's anything in the running back room that would sound a little attractive to me, right? Let's see if this would be somewhat attractive to me to knock it out, because do remember, ladies and gents, this running back room is going to be pretty tough. So we have DJ Moore, Drake London, we have Judy, Watson on Green Bay, Godwin's down there. He could be a potential decent pick. I would say Mike Williams is also awesome. Say that he could fall to me at that point. Running back J.K. Dobbins, I'm not sure. Let me see where he's fallen in real fast. No timetable for his return. That was 2 hours ago, so that's an absolute red flag for me right now. We have Alexander Mattison, who might be interesting down the road. He's going to be taking the bulk of the carries for Minnesota this year. So Alexander Mattison taking part in the walkthrough. The thing is with Mattison is the fact that we saw last year that they made a giant shift over to the pass game because of Justin Jefferson. So I'm afraid of that. But I will say that I do like DeAndre Swift. I really do, because of how much the Eagles utilized Miles Sanders last year. And with the numbers that he was putting up in Detroit behind that Philadelphia Eagles offensive line, I'll tell you what, I think that he might be my guy. No wide receiver that's up on the board as of yet is something that's really speaking to me at this point. So your boy is going with DeAndre Swift. First running back off the board, DeAndre Swift. So now in the Philly backfield, we shall see. What's going on, guys? Let me know what you're thinking about this draft already. Definitely make it happen. It is PPR, and then it's also a super flex as well. All right. So we have DeAndre Swift. I see Alvin Kamara up there, but there are several running backs that I think that can fall to me that would be fine. Brandon Ayuk. Let's see what he's doing in this situation real fast, right? Seems to be somewhat consistent. There's questions on who the hell is going to start at quarterback there, so I think I might want to stay away from that. Mike Evans looks good, but I think Mike Evans will fall to me in that next round if I wait, right? I'm not going to stay away from a wide receiver 1. I could also take a tight end. We'll see what we got right here. Looks like my boy Dalton Kincaid is a little lower down here as well. Some options. Maybe he falls to us. Wide receiver. Mike Williams is also a great option if he can stay healthy. He does have an injury history, as you can see. A couple of games that would have been wild. He's still 28 years old. Definitely a great target for the guy. I feel like we could be depth right now. Running back, you have Alvin Kamara. Nothing else. I'll tell you what, Mike Williams, welcome to the Dan Mitchell squad. Welcome to the Dan Mitchell squad right now, ladies and gentlemen. So far, as you can see, I have Travis Kelce, Josh Allen, T. Higgins, DeAndre Hopkins, DeAndre Swift, Mike Williams, and then boom, the snake draft has got me back in the 7th round. And then, look at that. Look at that. We got Mike Williams here too. But then let's take a look at the running backs, see if we need anybody else. I like James Cook a lot. I hope that he falls to me. Let me see the tight ends as well. Okay, so Dalton Kincaid is still pretty low. I think he might fall to me exactly where I want to go with it. But with that being said, I think that my best move from this specific area is hands down going to be Mike Evans. He's wide receiver number 1. I know that he's going to be having Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask throwing him the football. But to be completely honest with you, I mean, I don't know. And so I think that it just makes sense. I really, really do, man. He's still wide receiver 1. He's still going to get a shit ton of targets. It makes sense for me. Okay, we got Kadarius Toney's off the board. Dotson, Smith-Schuster, Tua's off the board. A.J. Dillon's off the board. Watson, Engram, Cook. Dude, someone reached for James Cook. But, hey, that's the name of the game. Let me check out the tight end situation. Dalton Kincaid, I am going to try and wait until the final round. If I don't get him the next round, he's going to be gone. I am very high on Dalton Kincaid as a rookie. From Bills training camp, they've been talking about how he's been implemented with the first teams immediately. and Josh Allen is going to him early and often. So I like that. But wide receiver, Michael Thomas is also an option. It's a risk. I have plenty of wide receiver depth. But what about running back? What do I have in the running back situation? Rashad Penny is always an option. Damian Harris is somebody that I would like as well. Hopefully he falls to me at that point. I might be screwed from the running back situation. I don't want to reach for Damian Harris as of yet. He's going, but I'll tell you what. I think the best move for me right now, see if I get another tight end. All right, listen. I am going to go with Antonio Gibson. Let me see what Gibson's got. Pretty risky. Sam Howell. So Sam Howell, when it comes into it, man, I'm gonna. Oh shit, man. I'll tell you what. Michael Thomas, welcome to the team. It is a huge risk, but a high reward. Say that it pays off. Okay. So right now, I'm not seeing any receivers that are standing out to me. I'm stacked on receivers already. I got T. Higgins, I have D. Hopkins, Mike Williams, Mike Evans, Mike Thomas. I have some great trade bait moving in, guys. When you're drafting on your teams, remember that trade bait is an absolute massive thing that you also need to put in your mind. Running back, Damian Harris. I think Damian can fall to me at the end. Tight end, Dalton Schultz. Got Dalton Kincaid. I'll tell you what, guys. I think we might be getting our absolute first. Okay. So I think that we might. Running back real fast. Jamal Williams, New Orleans. So Williams will be accompanied by the 2023 third-round pick, Kendre Miller, as the primary contenders for the New Orleans number 2 running back spot. It's going to be, I'm not sure if I want Jamal Williams or if I want, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and reach right now for Dalton Kincaid because I don't think he's going to be there. So Dalton Kincaid, welcome to the team. I have Travis Kelce, Dalton Kincaid. I am very high on these receivers and these tight ends right now. I think things are going great. We have Jason Phillips. Fantasy football is going to be hard this year. So many traps and unproven guys. I 1,000% agree with you. I 1,000% agree with you. So it looks like that. All right. Anyway, so I think my patience might have paid off because this is exactly the running back that I wanted was Damian Harris. Right then and there. Because I love James Cook, but it is going to be more so of a running back by committee, in my own opinion. And I think Damian Harris is going to be used a lot on the goal line. So I'm thinking like a touchdown machine if I absolutely need him to go out there and produce, which should be solid. Because we know that Travis Kelce is going to be putting up numbers. We know that T. Higgins will be. D-Hop will be. And then hopefully Mike Evans is. Mike Thomas maybe even. I'm just going to have him cool on the bench for a little bit. But things are going good. I'm not particularly worried about any sort of backup quarterback. I mean, worst case scenario, I just need Josh Allen just to stay healthy. And then like right during his bye week, I could figure it out from there. But running back, I do like Elijah Mitchell. I definitely like Elijah Mitchell. He's cool to have on my bench just because when it comes down to it, if CMC goes down, then he's the guy. And he's going to be splitting carries a lot with CMC. So he's an option for me as well. Jerick McKinnon, not so much. Wide receiver, Allen Lazard. I'm pretty stacked on receivers. I'm stacked on that. I feel like we need some running back depth. So Elijah Mitchell, welcome to the squad. So far, I'm feeling okay. Got Damian Harris. I have Elijah Mitchell, and I have DeAndre Swift. My receivers are absolutely stacked. Things are looking good. So now 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so I have a couple more picks left. I think now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack up on some depth and then make this happen. Make it work. Make it work. Okay, so wide receivers right now, I'm not really seeing anything that's standing out to me. Running backs, I suppose. Foreman for Chicago might be interesting. Foreman and Herbert are rotating with first team on the offense. I think this guy might actually end up winning it. I'm not going to lie to you. He was really good over in Carolina. So I'll tell you what, Deontay Foreman. Let me double check anything else. Wide receiver, Romeo Doubs, tight end as well. We're stacked everywhere else. So I'll tell you what, I think Deontay Foreman is a great investment because I think he's going to end up winning out that competition for Chicago. I really do. All right. Now we're getting into the territory where I could start taking a defense, perhaps, but I am not going to. There's going to be some other options that we can knock out. Romeo Doubs, Zay Jones, who didn't do too bad. Michael Gallup's always an option. DJ Chark, KJ Osborne as well. Tight end, flex. I mean, damn. So run game hasn't been solid with that as well. Like I just took 4 running backs. I'm good in that department. Can never have too many wide receivers. Romeo Doubs, let me see what he did last year. I mean, he's definitely a bench guy. That's for sure. But, hey, you know what? I'm going to go on ahead. Romeo Doubs, welcome to the team. Boom. I'll tell you what. Things are looking good for your boy, all right? Things are looking good for your boy right now. Say that this was my draft, I would probably already start talking a bunch of shit to my boys about this because I'm liking how this looks. I really am. I think I'm absolutely stacked. And so players are healthy. Things are going well. What's the defense situation looking like? So the Pats are pretty solid when it comes into points. Let me see. 2022. Kansas City, Seattle. I think I'm going to go with the Pats here. And so I'm super hype about Gonzalez. And so I really think that Gonzalez is going to completely, absolutely ball out when it comes into it. I really, really am. Okay, so we got that. Okay. With that, I will take Jason Sanders as well as my kicker. And then last but not least, guys, this is just going to be like a soft pick. Knock it out. And I will tell you what, rate in which I think that is the steal of the draft. This is a reach, but whatever, because I know that him being ranked this low is clearly an error. I'm taking Hunter Renfrow. That's like probably the most valuable pick I think I've made in any sort of round right then and there. I am so absolutely thrilled when it comes into it. But guys, listen, this right here, ladies and gents, is the roster. Let me go ahead and zoom in real fast. There you go. Okay, we got Josh Allen as my quarterback, 2nd round overall. Have DeAndre Swift. I'm very high on him, especially since he's going to be with Philly now. He's going to be taking over as the RB1 behind that offensive line. As long as he stays healthy, that is a wonderful investment at the 5th round. Damian Harris, I thought, was an absolute steal. Definitely great in the 10th. I think he's going to be a touchdown machine. But we all know that I wasn't going running back heavy in this situation. I was not going running back heavy in this situation, in this particular draft. Have Damian Harris right there in the 10th, touchdown machine. That's what I'm hoping for. Then I ended up going with T. Higgins, right? He is a wide receiver too, but don't worry. Trust me, I have a lot of receivers on the bench, great depth, but I do like T. Higgins at the 3rd. I mean, dude was wildly consistent. He would be a wide receiver 1 literally anywhere else, I would say, within the league. Then D-Hop is going to be interesting. He's unproven. We don't know, but he's wide receiver number 1, ladies and gents. He's wide receiver number 1 over there. I don't care who his quarterback is. He's going to be getting targets. Travis Kelce, hands down, best pick you can have if you are in the top 4, top 5 in your draft. Fantasy machine. This is going to be the one target that Pat Mahomes trusts the most. Then, like I said, my specific league is a super flex, so you have 2 flexes. I have Mike Williams, who I am still pretty high on, and then Mike Evans as well. I know that Tampa Bay does not have a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback. They don't. It's just facts. But Mike Evans is still going to be leading in targets. He's your wide receiver number 1. And so then Jason Sanders, and then the Pats is the defense. But my bench is what I think I am most proud of here. I have Michael Thomas at the 8th. Sure, we have no idea what he is going to do this year, right? But, I mean, back in the day, he led the league. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. Hopefully this year he's actually healthy. And with Derek Carr, he can go on ahead and really blow up. I mean, this right here is the slant king, right? And Derek Carr is your game manager. He's like that dink and dunk guy. You know, he really doesn't take a lot of shots downfield. So Michael Thomas might be in heaven as of right now. Then it's Dalton Kincaid. Super high on him. Obviously, I'm a Bills fan. You have Elijah Mitchell as a running back depth. I think this is going to be good in case CMC goes down with any sort of injury. Deontay Foreman, great as a running back, who I got in the 12th, by the way, guys. Honestly, I'm not even going to lie to you. A lot of these running backs that you're seeing on my bench right now, right, like with Foreman and then Elijah Mitchell, both of these guys dropped very late. So don't think that you need to go for a running back early because you can get a lot of value in the late rounds of a running back. And I mean, honestly, like with Damian Harris, I got in the 10th. And then Elijah Mitchell right in the 11th. And then Foreman as well, right? And then I got Romeo Doubs. And then I got the steal of the draft, Hunter Renfrow. Although I probably didn't even need to draft him. I probably just could have picked him up on waivers. But why not? What's the point of drafting somebody right at the end of my draft just so I know that I'm going to drop him immediately and go pick up that guy? Baker equals no QB. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I will say, for a wide receiver one, I'm hoping that he's still leading in targets. Something's bound to happen, right? Something is absolutely bound to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I just got a text from my partners at the AFC East Roundtable, and we need to do something prior to the show. So I was only going to be able to do one of these. If you guys vibe with this, let me know. Let me know in the Discord. I know that this isn't like my usual streams where I just, sort of talk about the NFL and the Bills. But like I said, I could care less about live viewers, really. All right, especially during fantasy football. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to practice my fantasy football draft. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I really look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Listen, I am streaming all day. Buffalo Bills training camp. Don't miss it. Love y'all. And we will see you at the AFC East Roundtable a little later this evening at 7:30. Deuces. We'll see you soon.